What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Show with another video, and today we are discussing Wolverine. Man, we haven't really heard much about it, um, but after playing the recent Spider-Man, so we gotta kind of bring up the subject now because Spider-Man 2 is an amazing game. I platinum 100% it, everything in it, and if you actually go around the city, is like little tidbits of information that is uh kind of interesting. As you know, in that game, if you play the whole thing, you play one of the side missions, it leads into what could possibly be the next game or possibly be a DLC. I won't spoil it here for anybody who has played it, but it's very much leading into like the DLC territory. Now, there's actually a building that I heard, there was a rumor. We did the podcast yesterday, and it will probably be ending up dropping tomorrow. So check out for that. It was talking on the podcast, and Prospectro basically told me about like an Easter egg that explained that Matt Murdock, also known as Daredevil, could possibly be getting his own game or be part of a DLC because it's like the building that they work out of is like evicted, and apparently somebody brought it up and it was actually mentioned to be a thing, told to watch out for the future. So that's cool. That's a cool Easter egg. But in terms of Wolverine, I honestly I'm curious of how they're going to do this because my only thing is, and my only hang up on any of this is the fact that with the new Wolverine game, if it's going to be based in New York, I don't know, man. I'm kind of tired of New York because it feels like at this point, New York is just an asset. Like you don't have to rebuild that as much. You know what I'm saying? You can update it and add new parts to it or whatever, and it's probably what they'll end up doing. Because that I'm assuming that they're gonna do the Xavier School of Mutants, but I don't think they're gonna go that deep. Not yet. I assume it because like it's such a big part of Wolverine, but in reality, if you really think about it, it's not an X-Men game. Let me just honestly be honest right now. It's not an X-Men game. It's a Wolverine game. So it'll probably take place among his Weapon X stuff, but I don't know where this actually fits in the timeline. He looks a little older, but I mean, like he ages weird, so I honestly couldn't even tell. I think Wolverine as a character is really interesting because he's one of the fan favorites of all of Marvel. Him and Deadpool are really like those kind of characters that can definitely be part of a team, but also can fill out a solo movie all on their own. That's gonna be curious to kind of see what this game is gonna be like because you got Miles Morales out there. Is this gonna be more like Old Man Logan? Because that'll be interesting story to tell. I don't think no game has told that story yet. Like I said, he's a unique character. He can actually be. It can actually take place from the start of his life. Like it can start place from him doing Weapon X and escaping Weapon X facilities and stuff. And we've had games like that before. Or it can actually take place after like the fall of the X-Men. You know what I'm saying? Because they generally seem to fall every time. Like something big happens and they split them apart. That's generally how it goes. But wherever they decide to do that, there's a couple of things that games need to have in order to be really great. It needs to be kind of like rated R. Like it needs to be kind of dark in a way. Like, they had the one scene with Venom. Like I said, I won't spoil here because it's a pretty cool scene. But, they don't really show everything. It's kind of like they did in the Venom TV show. They don't really show much. So I'm kind of curious. Maybe they can bump up that rating to get like a little bit more gore and stuff. Because Wolverine, bro, he's not Spider-Man. He's not. And Spider-Man, I don't know if you guys know, but if you kill, obviously you probably know, but if you kick somebody off the edge, it like automatically webs them to the building. Like it's like a thing that says Spider-Man doesn't kill, which is like super funny, by the way. But Wolverine, he definitely does. You know what I'm saying? He's one of those heroes where he gets the job done, enemies necessary. And I really feel like that's a cool trope, in my opinion. And then like who would his villains be? Because Deadpool, maybe? I would love to see a Deadpool game made by Insomniac. That would go crazy too. Deadpool, maybe? Could be, possibly. Probably Sabretooth, to be honest. But the way that they did Spider-Man, it's got to be a couple of enemies in that category. I could definitely see like Weapon X having a whole bunch of different soldier types to kind of have you fighting and stuff. And it'd be cool to see Wolverine's abilities and his suits. The cool thing about Spider-Man to me, a really big cool thing about these superhero games is that they have all these different types of suits because over the years, generations and generations, they redesigned the character over and over and over again. And that to me has always been that's always been a fan favorite thing of mine. Like to kind of see characters in different suits and comic books. Like when I think in one of the games you could collect like the comic books and stuff. That's always been kind of like a nerd fan of mine, nerd fan thing of mine for sure. Like, I don't know what kind of game we're gonna end up having, but all in all, I think Wolverine is definitely the right person to get one. He just hasn't had a game in so long. He's definitely marketable. the movies coming out with him and Deadpool probably about 2025 because of all the pushbacks. And not even to mention that the X-Men cartoon series is coming back. I want to make a video on that. And they're keeping the same like animation and stuff. I think it's gonna be cool. I think it's gonna be cool that that's coming back, and that's gonna have like a proper finishing, a proper ending. It's gonna be like a new but yet an old thing, and that's such an interesting project for people like me that I didn't necessarily grow up watching it, but I watched it, you know, at a good age. So I'm interested to see that. Hopefully, like I said, they got the suits unlocked. It's gonna be a whole bunch of different suits and stuff. That'd be cool. Maybe like a mission in game where Peter and Wolverine switch, and hopefully they'll kind of introduce whether Peter is cool with other superheroes, because I don't think in the games he talks much about other superheroes. Like they show like a note from like one of the Social Supreme characters. I mean, he's the only one, really Wong. They show a note from Wong in the game, and you know, so that's cool, you know, but I want to see more like heroes in that universe, like build their own kind of MCU. That'd be cool. But with that being said, guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video. スタープラチナザワやれやれだぜ。